thought it was a bear, and it was attacking my wife. I grabbed my 44 out of my truck.
Wow.
I jump out the truck and I look, and that's when I knew it was this Dogman.
Welcome back to the Jupiter Podcast. I'm your host, Tom Franklin, and today I have on Swampdogg from New Jersey, and we're going to get into some of his encounters and some of the other things that he's seen while hunting and while living in southern New Jersey. If you can find yourself coming back to the Jupiter, please do me a favor, like and subscribe to the channel. You can go follow me on Rumble. You can go follow me on Spotify. Leave me a rating while you're there. You can go get some t-shirts. You can go find my guest links in the links below in the description. You can also find all my links in the description below, and you can get yourself some t-shirts. You can go over to the Facebook, Instagram, all those kind of things, and get in contact with me. If you have a story, you want to reach out to me and talk to me and find a place where you can speak about it and not feel like you're going to be, bothered by it. This is the place to be, and you can contact me at my email at the @gmail.com. So with all that out of the way, let's welcome to the show, Swampdogg. How's it going? I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing okay. Daryl Denton told me all about you and everything. He said you're a cool dude. I said, yeah. I never heard of your channel until Daryl. Daryl was like, yeah, I was on his podcast. I'm like, I never heard of that one. But I'm glad.
He was on.
I watched a couple of your videos. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So
cool,
yeah. I've been watching your videos. It's good. I love it.
Thank you, buddy. Yeah, I seen Daryl put up. I'm involved in this incredible Dogman encounter. I don't know what to do. It's a friend of mine. I just moved here, and I was like, "Why don't you come on and talk to me about it?" Yeah. And then when you asked me, you were like, "Okay." Once I put it out, because we just met each other, because he got me in contact with you, and he was like, "Could you show me that?" Privately, I showed you. That way, you can see we kept your name and anonymity. And that way, everyone's in good faith. So, do me a favor, buddy. Introduce yourself and tell me a little bit about yourself and tell me a little bit about your YouTube channel.
Okay. Everybody calls me Swampdogg. In the Bigfoot world, and the hunting world, and the fishing world, because I fish and hunt. And I mostly only bow hunt. That's my passion, is bow hunting. So but I'm always in and out of the woods, me and my wife. This is actually where I'm at right now. We're at my hunting spot, and I haven't been here almost a year, because I didn't hunt last fall because of my Dogman encounter. I didn't want to be in the woods after my first encounter, and I didn't do no hunting for it. I haven't done no fishing or nothing. But
right.
this is my first time back in my hunt spot where I bow hunt for the past about 4 or 5 years. It's like my second home, but it's like coming to a home after you've been on vacation for a while.
Right.
You know, you come home and oh, hear me, I'm home. But yeah, I've been having encounters with Bigfoot since the fall of 1989. I was in my senior year of high school. Um, if you go on Bigfoot Society, you know what I mean with Jeremiah, you can hear the whole story about that. You know what I mean how I got my first encounter and how I got started in the Bigfoot. You know what I mean? I would say, and but yeah, I've been having encounters since '89. Um, I never just told Jeremiah and Josh from like Mystery Unknown. I never believed in the Dogman
Right. That's what Daryl
because
was
I
telling
never
me.
seen a Dogman. Ever since '89, it was only Bigfoot, Bigfoot, Bigfoot. And I mean, I've been having all kinds of encounters with Bigfoot, throughout the years, and some were good. I only had 2 times that it was kind of I wouldn't say nasty, but I had to think about it because it was you know I got bluff charged one time, and
Okay.
what I mean. But but I never believed the dog man. Every time somebody talked about dog man, I'm gonna be honest. I used to laugh. You know what I mean? Because that's a man. You know what I mean? I was always a guy. I never believed the dog man, and 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 I want to apologize to the world because I never really got a chance to apologize. But I do apologize to the world because, like I said, I never believed the dog man until the last week of August of 2024 when I got my first encounter with Dogman,
Oh, so
and
this
that
is
was
less than
down
a
in
year ago.
Forest Cube. Yeah, yep. And the first time I encountered it, I was going to do some striper fishing. I know you know what striper fishing is. You're from
Yes, I do.
Maryland,
Rockfish,
so you
rockfish.
know about the striper fishing. Yeah, well, if we call it striper, you call it rockfish. Yeah. But anyway, um, I always check my time because I always fish, with 3 hours on the incoming and then 3 hours on the outgoing. That's the
Right.
best time to go out to
Absolutely.
the beach and do some striper fishing. So at that time, the tide was coming in around 1 o'clock. So it was around. I left the house around 10:30 at night, and it was around 11 o'clock when my world about 30 minutes later down the road. Um, I went down towards Forest Cube. I headed to the bay, and I'm in my truck. Any other time, my wife goes fishing with me. This time, she decided to stay home. So I'm by myself. I got my rods in the back of the truck, and I'm going. Now, when I go through there, I drive about 25 to 30 mile an hour because on that road, that area is very heavy with deer. And
Right.
I actually had a buck try to jump my hood one time and did some damage to my truck. You know what I mean? So ever since that, I always drove through there 25, 30, 35 mile an hour as fast as I go. So I'm headed to Forest Q. It was around 11 o'clock at night, I believe. It was the last week of August. I can't remember the day. I don't know. It came before the week. I can't remember that. But I know it's the last week of August. I'm coming
Okay.
around the bend, and as I'm coming around the bend, I got these off-road lights on my hood, which I put them on. It's real dark back there. I mean, the road is dark. There's hardly no lights back there. So you mean I got off-road lights on, I'm cruising around for 9 hours just say. Go around and at the bend on the right side is the old cemetery. And it's a real old cemetery. Not big, but like it's a real old cemetery. And it's dark in there. Like I said, there's no lights back there. As I'm coming around the bend, coming out the cemetery, they got these iron fences, right? And this thing climbed over the iron fence onto the other side of the fence and was crossing the road.
Okay.
I seen it when I first seen this thing. It was going over the fence, and I slammed my brakes because we have black bear in Jersey,
Right.
but this thing looked like a grizzly as I was climbing over the iron fence. And when I went on the other side, there was a patch of grass, and I walked across the road. And I was parked like in the middle of the road, and I'm watching this thing walking across the road, and I'm looking, and I'm saying to myself, that looks like a grizzly. Right. So I'm like, I was dumbfounded. I was like, so I went across the road in front of my truck, didn't look at me. I went into the yard that's on my left side, on the other side of the road. Excuse me. And I backed up a little bit, and I faced. Now, Daryl said that I had the flashlight hanging out my window. I didn't have a flashlight because I got my off-road lights, and I had this thing beaded on. It looked like a baseball field. With all the lights were shining on there. So like real good. And it was about when I finally parked the truck, and you mind you, I'm still in the middle of the road. But I got my lights on this thing because I couldn't believe, like at first, my split second, like my mind, I thought, I said, black bear that big. It wasn't.
Right.
So
that makes sense, though. It makes
when
sense
it got
because
in the middle of the,
your mind's trying to make a frame of reference for something, and you're like, well, it looks like a bear, but we don't have those kind of bears here. But it looks like a grizzly bear, but we don't have grizzly bears here. So your mind is kind of scratching for like different something to make sense. I understand, yeah, man. Mm-hmm.
Right. Yep. So then when I got to the middle of the yard, my truck's running. I had my headlights beamed on this thing. I could see it real good. It was about 20 yards away from me.
Okay, so you got
I bow hunt, so I know the yardage.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it was about 20, maybe 25 minutes. Yeah. So it stopped, and that was the first time it started to look at me. And when it looked at me, it stood up. And when it stood up, I knew what it was. And like I said, I never believed in Dogman. I always laughed at it. You know what I mean? When people talked about it, I was like, yeah. But when I saw this thing, man, my whole life changed, bro. It was about 8 feet tall, big, huge, shoulders on it. I'll say about 4 foot, wide. I'm 6'2". I weigh about 230. And this was, huge. Why when I first saw it, I thought it was it was big. It was huge. It scared the hell out of me. I couldn't move my body. My body wasn't shocked. Right. Now, I saw the video where Daryl said, I rolled up the window. I didn't roll up the window because I couldn't use my arm.
Okay.
Like I was so, I couldn't move.
Right.
Like give me my arms. I couldn't push the button on my window to raise my window. That's
Right.
how bad this thing scared me. It just like my body shut down. So, and you mean I was almost in tears of this thing, man. You know what I mean? Because,
Yeah, I believe you,
like I
buddy. I
said, I've
believe
been
you.
dealing with Bigfoot. '89. I never seen nothing like this in my life, and then I mean, it just scared the hell out of me. You know what I mean? I just, you know, I I never seen nothing like that in my life. I mean, you know what I mean? And
Yeah. Yeah.
so so what it did, see, when it looked at me, as it looked at me, and stood up. That's when I seen the high. That's when I seen the mass on this thing, and my view, I was a little bit bigger than the Bigfoots that I've been dealing with since '89. I mean, this thing was huge. You know what I mean? It's like
Mm-hmm.
so. I took a step towards me, and in my mind, when I took that first step towards me, I said to myself, "If I don't get out of here, I'm dead. I'm done. This thing's gonna
Right.
kill me." You know what I mean? That's it. You mean
Yeah. Yeah.
that's that's what I felt in my heart, in my mind. I said, if I don't get out of here, this thing's going to kill me. So when it took the first step towards me and it stopped, and you know how a dog would tilt the head like this,
Yeah.
and then but you do what? It was kind of you're looking. I mean, I guess you're figuring out what I was doing. I don't know. You know what I mean? But
Right.
like
Right. Right.
I noticed it tilt the head, and then also too, a lot of people said that Dogman had the backward legs like a dog.
Right.
This didn't have the backward legs like a dog. This had legs like me and you, regular, like human legs. That's what I seen.
Okay.
The feet, I couldn't see the feet. I couldn't see feet because the grass was high. I didn't see
Right.
the feet. But
Mm-hmm.
like from the calves on up, I seen it looked like a it looked like human legs. You know what I mean? That's what it looked like. That's what I mean. I was telling Josh from Mystery Unknown. Everybody's
Mm-hmm.
talking about the like a dog.
Right.
This
Right.
had
Right.
regular legs. You know what I mean? Just like
The heel, whatever it is. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
right, right. And then um, also too, when Daryl said that it had a head of a dog, it did, but it wasn't like a German Shepherd. It wasn't. You mean like a Doberman? The head was like a hyena.
Whoa.
When I saw the head, it looked like a hyena, and I even Googled a picture of a hyena just to make sure what I saw like in my mind. See, because
Yeah.
you can't erase
No,
that
of course
thing that
not.
I seen. I couldn't erase out of my head. So it did look like a hyena. That's the head of a hyena. Wasn't the head of a German Shepherd, or you mean like a regular wolf, or you mean Doberman? And
That's
had
like
the head
the
of a hyena.
that's
But
like
the
the
deal with
third
that
time
was the
that I've
main.
heard that. That it looks like
Uh,
a hyena. It's like the third time I've heard it. You were
yeah,
the second or third person has told me that. And there's somebody who's saying, well, maybe it's not like a dog,
yeah,
it's more like a cat because, or something of that nature. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like more
no,
wide and it's, yeah, dude.
yeah.
Oof.
This thing had a head of a hyena because I googled it, and you mean I looked at a whole bunch of pictures of hyenas, side, front view, side view, and all that. Had the head
Mhm.
of a hyena, but the you know how the lion has the hair that goes around the neck.
Yeah, the mane.
It only went from shoulder. Yeah, it only went from shoulder, like shoulder to shoulder, like you're not around, just from shoulder to shoulder, and the head, and you had a long mane. I mean, big mane, you know. But had
Okay.
hair all over his body, but the mane itself, you mean, I call it the lion's mane. But you mean, it only went from shoulder to shoulder. It didn't go around. On the, like down here, just from
Yeah.
here to here. Like,
Did you notice
you know
anything
what I
about
mean.
the eyes? Did you know anything about the eyes? Were they
The eyes
glowing
were
or
yellow.
yellow?
The eyes were yellow. They were amber color, yellow. That
Okay.
I know. Um, I heard people talk about like red eye shine or dark eyes. These eyes were yellow. They were amber,
Okay.
and I
And
don't
that's
know
from
whether it was
from the
my
spot
light
the
skin
spotlights,
good.
right? Hmm.
I don't know, but the eyes were amber. They were
Okay.
yellow. Actually, you see that yellow that's on your bottle you're drinking out of?
Yes.
That yellow right there. That color yellow.
That is terrifying. That is terrifying. It makes and this is
Yeah.
and after seeing that, you have been unable to go back into the forest and hunt. That's what you're telling me.
I haven't been fishing. I haven't been fishing or hunting. I was supposed to get my license, for bow hunting for that fall hunt.
Right.
I never got it. You know what I mean? I had all my bow equipment. Everything that I had for hunting was downstairs in my basement in the corner. I didn't even look at it. I wasn't going hunting. And I didn't go hunting. You know what I
Right.
mean? I didn't even
That's
go
understandable.
fishing. You know what I mean? I didn't go in the woods for, I'd say close to 10 months. I haven't been in the woods. You know what I mean? Just recently, I've been going, here and there and all that. You know what I mean? But I haven't been really going in the woods. You know what I mean? Not because of the Bigfoots, but because of this thing. I never had a
Right.
problem with Bigfoot. Sasquatch, I never had a problem with them. We always, gifted the Bigfoots around my hunt blind and all that stuff. And people might think it's crazy, but sometimes they used to leave rabbits on the hood of my truck. You know what I mean? And
Rabbits.
it seems like we used to gift each other. Yeah, rabbits, jackrabbits.
Yeah. Wow.
I used to come. I used to leave my blind around lunchtime to go home for lunch. I had 2 or 3 jackrabbits on the hood of my truck, and I
That's
knew it was
cool.
them gifting me.
That is
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. But I mean, for these 3 that I'm here right now, like I said, I haven't been here for what I mean, for like almost 10 months. But
Wow, dude. Wow.
where I'm at, there's a group of 3 male, like Bigfoots that I've been dealing with for say about 2.5 years. At the spot that I'm in right now. So,
Okay. So
but
uh
but anyway, like with this Dogman deal,
uh-huh. I was gonna
when
ask you.
it took that first step, like towards me, there was another howl off to my left.
Okay, so it
I
came
didn't
from
see
the
the
right.
creature.
So it came from the right,
I
crossed the
came to
fence,
the right,
crossed the
out
road
of
to the
the
left,
cemetery, across the
and you
road
heard it.
into the yard.
Mm-hmm.
Another howl to my left. I didn't see what that was, but when it howled, looked over there, looked back at me, and it took off.
Oh my
Now,
God.
Dino said it took off, but Dino said it took off on 4th, and it took off on a 4th. When it took off on 2 legs. That's why
Wow.
when Dino said, like, he thought that I said that like it took off on all 4th, it didn't. Like it
Okay.
ran on 2 legs, and
Right.
it disappeared. And I drove to the bay. I didn't get out of the truck. I finished my coffee because I was strung out, man.
No
I mean,
kidding.
for that split second, my world just like blew up. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
you know what I
sure.
mean. And
Yes.
I drove back home. I didn't even get out of the truck. I got to the water. I stayed there for about 5-10 minutes. I must have smoked 5 cigarettes in 10 minutes. That's how nervous I was. I was drinking my
Been
coffee.
there, buddy.
And dude, I did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like chain smoking. You know what I mean?
Love
And
it.
so when I came back home, I was a wreck, man. I was in bad shape. Like me, I was getting nightmares, couldn't sleep at night.
Wow.
uh, I walk around the corner of my house. I hear a cat jump the fence, and I'm just like, you know what I mean? I was in bad shape for a couple months,
Like
and
PTSD.
then like
Yeah.
I got a hold. So then I got a hold of Joshua from Mystery Unknown, and I was talking to him about it, and then we made a podcast about it. But he's been helping me out. Him and Daniel,
That's great.
and
You
like
tell me something
Daryl.
about your
Now,
YouTube channel, real quick.
oh, okay. I just started. I started my YouTube channel. I wasn't 100% into it, but I am now. It was mostly going to be about overland camping,
Okay, cool.
hunting, going through trails in the woods, and all that stuff. But I wasn't going to do anything with Bigfoot or Dogman. And then Daryl was talking to me about it, and Josh, and Jeremiah from Bigfoot Society, and I decided that I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to start doing things with cryptid, with Bigfoot and Dogman,
Yeah, man.
and also adding my hunting trips and my camping trips, and just
Put them together. That's
involve
great.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're in the woods camping, you still can talk about Bigfoot or do research or look. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's all in one pot.
Yeah,
So
man. That sounds awesome. That's all. What's the name of it?
no, it's called just Swampdogg Overland Adventures.
Swampdogg Overland Adventures.
Swampdogg
Awesome.
Overland Adventures. Yeah.
Okay.
So
So Daryl was
this
telling
dog.
me. Yeah, I'm sorry. Daryl was telling me that. So he moved there. He's from Tennessee. He's had Dogman
Yeah.
encounters, Bigfoot his whole life.
Yeah.
Me and Daryl are pretty close.
Yeah.
We're getting there. I've known him for more than a year now. And he ran into you, or he knew you. You guys knew each other, and you told him about this. And he told me that you wouldn't go up there. He said, "I'm not going. I'm not going." And he went there by
He wanted to go
himself.
at nighttime. Yeah, he
Yeah.
wanted to go at nighttime. I'm not going there at nighttime. I'm not doing it. Nope. Not really. I told him straight up, I'm not doing it. And I told him I'll meet you during the day, and I'll show you where this encounter happened, how it happened. I'll tell you everything during the day, but I'm not going there at night. So
Okay. So what changed your
but
mind?
see,
What happened?
well, I went out there again. It was a few months after my first encounter. I went back out there again. I went by myself. My wife was home, and I seen this creature for the second time.
Okay.
It was in the same area, but it was behind. It was behind the cemetery, maybe 2 feet off the blacktop. And I drove right by it, and I seen. I mean, we were 2 feet apart from each other. I was driving by him. Yeah.
God.
So that freaked me out. I made a left-hand turn and hauled ass, and I went back home. I didn't go back. You know what I mean? So then, I guess Daryl. Well, some people called Daryl up and said, "Yo, you gotta check this guy out. You can talk to this guy because he was on Mysteries Unknown and he's up in your area." So I guess he talked to Josh, and he gave him my number, called me up, and I told him all about how it happened and everything, and that's when I met him up there. You know what I mean? And I showed him where everything was, and he went there. He went 3 times and he didn't see anything. Now he told me, I think the second time I guess he went out there. He told me he heard a couple of howls and stuff.
Yes, that's what he told me.
He didn't see anything.
Yes.
Yeah. So you know what I mean? I see because behind the cemetery, there's like a stream, and then on the other side of the stream, there's this dirt road, and that was a gravel road. And I told him to park out there because I'm thinking this thing's walking in from the right over to the left, over over the gravel. That's where I was thinking this thing was coming out. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
So we did that the second time, and that's when he told me he heard howls and stuff, but he didn't see anything. So, and then after that, that's when all hell's broke loose, like in my life, and this
Yeah.
creature made it personal,
Yeah.
and I think he made it personal in purpose, but I can't explain it. But I believe he knows my truck. I see, because I got a pickup truck that's all that's all camouflage. You seen it on my Facebook page. That's the
Yes,
truck
I
that I'm
have.
in. Okay. Well, I believe this thing knows my truck. I believe this thing knows me. And it's like I said, he's seen me 2 times. You know what I mean? Like, before all this happened. Like, like with my wife and all. So I think they remember. Like, I mean, I think they know who you are.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like you mean, it's just like there's something about it. It's like I know. I mean, they don't forget you. You know what I mean?
Al Santoriga
That's hard to
told
explain.
me
I
the
don't know.
same thing, buddy. Al Santoriga said
Yeah,
he ran into a nest. He's seen it through binoculars. It was in the middle of like a swampy area, and this thing looked at him. He left, and it followed him home. And he told me that it literally tried to take out the door jamb to his back door on a sliding door. Try to take that out.
yeah. Well,
So yeah, dude, they know you,
that's what
buddy.
I was after this thing. I tell you about my wife and all. That's
Yes,
what I
sir.
was worried about. See, because I was sitting on my porch every night, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, every
Wow.
night. I
Wow,
always had
dude.
that in my mind.
That's awful.
I always had that in my mind. This thing walking up to my house. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because they track you. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
what I heard. If they do or not, but that was on the back of my mind, always on the back of my mind. You know what I mean? So I'll be sitting on my porch. My wife will tell you, I'll be out there 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, just you're sitting there and just sitting there. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
sleep
man.
at night. I sleep during the day now. You know. But
Wow.
what happened was, Daryl went to Tennessee. The second time he went out there looking for this thing, he told me he was going out to Tennessee. I guess to visit some family and friends. That's all right. So then he says when he gets back from Tennessee, he's going to call me, and we're going to head out there, and we're going to just walk through the woods and see if we can see this thing. I'm like,
Oh
all
my
right,
God.
whatever, you know what I mean? So
Good
that's Daryl, you
proposition.
know what I mean? But so that's all right, no problem. So then I was talking to my wife. It was I forget, it was a day or 2 days before Daryl was heading back to Jersey. My wife wanted to go out there, and she wanted to take a picture of this thing, right? Because I was telling her, I know this thing knows my truck, and if I park on that dirt road, I know
He's
this
coming.
thing's going to come.
He's coming.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Oh my
That's what I
God,
had in
dude.
my mind as a hunter. That's what I had in my mind, and in my heart, that's what I had in my mind, in my
Right,
heart.
dude.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yes.
This thing sees my truck. It sees me hanging out the truck. He's coming. I know he is. You know what I mean? So she wanted to take a picture. I really didn't want to go out there. I didn't want to go, but my wife wanted to go. I said, "Oh, we'll go." So she got the camera ready and all that stuff, and we stopped at the Wawa, got coffee, got snacks. We got there. It was at night. I got there around 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock at night, and I parked down this gravel road, and I'm facing the opposite way of the blacktop. So when I pulled in this dirt road, I didn't turn around or nothing. I just pulled off and
Okay.
parked, and that was it. Okay. So I'm sitting there, And I got on the passenger seat, and my wife was in the driver's seat, and we were there a few hours. I mean, we were there 5, 6 hours. You know what I mean? I think I got there
Right.
around 9, 10 o'clock. So Jimmy, we were there like Jimmy a few hours, and like nothing. I didn't hear nothing. I didn't see nothing. Usually, like right now, I don't know if you can hear the crickets and the frogs in the woods. I didn't hear nothing, not a peep. So that
Wow.
right there, that was a rookie mistake on my part
Yeah.
because I should have known the woods are quiet. There's something in here. I made that rookie mistake. I admit it. That was a rookie mistake. Okay. So after a few hours, you know what I mean? After drinking cups of coffee, my wife had to go to the bathroom.
Mhm.
So I said, "Yeah, go ahead. There's nothing out here." This is what I told her. There's nothing out here. I said, I mean, you know what I mean? If this creature was here, he had to be gone by now. I mean, you know what I mean? There's nothing around because I didn't hear nothing. I didn't see nothing. I didn't even howl. Nothing. You know what I mean? And this area is real woodsy. There's fox, there's deer, there's snakes, there's everything in this area. I mean, there's geese. I mean, sometimes you can hear the fish like jumping out of the water. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
on that stream I'm talking about.
Yeah.
There was nothing. It was dead quiet. Dead quiet. And I would kick myself in the ass for that because I should have known better. That was a dead giveaway. Well, anyway, my wife needed to go use the bathroom. So I said, well, I'm not leaving now. I said, just go like on the side of the truck. And then, you know what I mean? Because, you know what I mean, we carry, I mean, but you with toiletries and stuff. So, you know.
Yes. Yes,
And
of
so,
course.
yeah. So she was on the passenger side of the truck. And then she was between the tire and my bumper. I'm sitting in the passenger seat. I had the door closed. I didn't hear nothing. You know, when somebody walks up to you, you hear footsteps or something like that, or
Yeah.
anything like. I didn't hear nothing. She didn't hear nothing. So she's doing her business. All of a sudden, I'm on the phone. I'm texting my friend of mine, and I heard her screaming, yelling. And I looked in the mirror and I saw something black, and my wife's on the ground, and she's getting drugged. I said, "What the heck is this?" So here again, I'm thinking it was a bear. Again,
Oh my God.
stupid me. You know what I mean? I just, you know what I mean?
I'm sorry to
So
laugh. I'm sorry to laugh, but I love like when
I
someone can
know,
like
I
beat up
know. I
themselves.
think it's funny too. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
at the time, I didn't think it was funny because I'm stupid. I'm mad at myself. You know what I mean? So I don't know why I thought it was a bear and it was attacking my wife. I grabbed my 44 out of my truck.
Wow.
I jump out the truck and I look, and that's when I knew it was this Dogman. And my wife, she's getting drugged on the ground on the dirt road. She's looking at me, yelling. I shot it once and didn't even flinch.
Wow.
I shot it the second time. It kind of flinched, but didn't flinch. The third time, it flinched, and on the last shot, there was.
You were breaking up. Like you got to the second round, and then it was all choppy, and I was trying to follow it. Maybe you can go. So the first round, it didn't flinch. The second round, it
Okay,
kind of flinched.
I'll do it again. The second round, when I shot it the first time, it didn't even flinch. And I heard it hit. You know what I mean? The bullet hit him. You know, because I heard like the. You know
The
what
thud.
I mean? When you shoot out, yeah. The second time, it kind of, went like this a little bit. But the third time and the fourth time, it really flinched. And like I said, the fourth time, I let go of my wife, and it was screaming like a train, and it was going through the
Wow.
woods like, yeah. So,
That
but
is
that was the last
insane.
time I've been out there. Yeah. Now, I mean, I called Josh up, and I called you and Daniel up, And then after I text them and told them what happened, uh, that's when I called, Daryl. I said, Daryl, where you at? I told him, you're not going to believe this. You're not going to believe this, SHIT. He said, what? What? I said, I shot this thing 4 times, attacked my wife. And he was like, what? I said, I shot it 4 times. I said, Tammy went to the bathroom. She was alongside of my truck. And I grabbed her and was dragging her down the dirt road. And I told him I shot it 4 times with my 44. I said, on the 4th time that I hit it with 44 and let go of my wife, and it went in the woods. Like I said. And
how is your wife, man? How is she
you
doing?
know, my wife's still messed up. I mean, it's not funny, but
No,
I'm laughing because I'm laughing because I'm pissed off. I'm really pissed off because, like I said, this thing made it personal and messing with my wife, and that's a no-no. I don't care. I don't care who you are, or I don't care what you are. I'm not trying to sound like a tough guy, but
no,
you mess with my wife, or you
dude.
mess
Don't, dude. Wife or
no,
children
I don't
is
care.
off limits. Yeah, buddy. Don't worry about it.
So,
You can explain nothing to me, man.
so
I
when he
understand.
did that, I made it personal, and so I had my wife's arm was bruised. Whoa, I'm sorry.
No worries.
My wife's arm was bruised from her shoulder all the way to her elbow. It was all black and blue.
Grabbed her by the
All
upper
black
arm.
and blue. Yeah. Yep. And she was hurting. I thought she had a broken arm.
Right.
So I took her to the hospital. Now Daryl said I took her to the hospital the next day, but I took her to the hospital that night. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, yeah. So all she could say was she fell. Because what are we going to tell the doctors? That she got grabbed by a Dogman and that I shot it 4 times? We couldn't do that. The only thing she told
looking at you, and the doctor's looking at you like you're the bad man
I'm
too,
a bad
right?
Right. That's the feeling that I got. You know what I mean? It's awful. I mean, I had a bad night all night that night.
You're the hero of the story.
Yeah, so she couldn't tell them exactly what happened because these people don't believe in stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, they don't. I mean, they don't believe it. So, I mean, she was bruised up. I said for about a good month. I mean, you know what I mean? But now she can't go outside at night. Like we both smoke cigarettes, and we don't smoke in the house. You know what I mean? Even though we're smokers, I don't like smoking in the house. So we smoke outside. She can't go outside by herself. You know what I mean? To smoke a cigarette at night. She can't. I mean, she'll wake me up 3 a.m. I gotta smoke a cigarette. So
come with me.
I don't have a cigarette. I'm go smoking cigarettes. I'm not going out there alone. I mean, that's how she is. Like she don't want like when the sun goes down. I mean, she's jumpy. I mean, she don't want to go outside, smoke a cigarette, have coffee.
Are you and your family deeply religious people?
I was born and raised in a Catholic family.
Okay.
I brought up, but I don't go to church anymore.
Okay.
Not that I don't believe in God. It's just I don't go to church. I mean, my wife was from a Baptist family.
Advice. Yeah, I'm going to try to offer some. I'm not a religious person myself, so we're good. I'm a man of God. I'm a man of God, and all that kind of stuff. What I'm trying to say,
I believe in God and all that stuff, but I just don't go to church. You know what I mean? For personal reasons.
No, they get us fine. What I'm trying to say, Swamp. What I'm trying to say, Swamp, is that you could either you or a good friend of yours who is religious can go to your house and offer some type of protection, and it's called rebuking.
Yeah.
Daryl has done it. Scott Carpenter has done it. All these, famous investigators, people, experiencers. Daryl had him banging on his door at night. He rebuked them on his property, and they haven't come back. So maybe that would offer you a
Yeah.
little bit of protection and comfort if you were to do that, and maybe make your wife a little bit
Yeah.
more at ease. I'm just trying to offer advice that I don't
Yeah.
have any
Yeah. Yeah.
knowledge about, but
Yeah. But yeah, this thing made it personal. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Uh, for the past couple weeks, I don't know if Darryl knows, but I think he's got it in the back of his mind that what I'm thinking. But I want to go
okay.
back there, and I'm very, very angry. And you know what? The fear of it, like the first time when I seen it, I had that fear. I don't have that
Yeah.
fear anymore.
Right, dude.
I'm just, I think my anger went past the feet of fear. And
Yeah, dude.
now, what I want to do, honestly, I know people are going to think I'm crazy, but
You're not.
it's kind of hard for them to understand because they haven't been in the position I'm in. But I really want to hunt this thing down. I actually want to
Got you.
kill this thing. I'm not
Mhm.
really. That's the God's honest truth. You know what I mean. I'm not trying to act like a tough guy, but I want to kill this thing. What this
Okay.
thing does, what this thing did to my wife, by to me physically and mentally, I want to kill this thing, and I'm going to kill this thing. If I see it again, I don't care if I have to hit it with my truck, wreck my truck, or
Got you.
if we both
Yeah, man.
die. But I'm going to kill this thing. You know what
Got
I
you,
mean?
dude. God damn. That is
You know, that's the
awful,
top.
man.
That's the anger that I have. You know what I mean? Like it's like I said, I've been dealing with Bigfoot since '89. I never really had a problem.
Don't go
Never.
alone, man.
I can't.
I'm not saying I understand your feelings and I understand where that emotion comes from, but make sure you take somebody
Yeah.
with you for backup, man. I don't know if you're former military or not, but at least have somebody with you
Yeah.
to back you up. Because
Yeah.
that is a proposition. I understand the feeling, man. And I just being on this channel and being what I have to do responsibly would say I would suggest against it. But at the same time, I completely and utterly understand if you would and would want to. You understand what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. It's just like what I mean. That's the two things. I mean, uh, ever since that happened. Now, what I wanted to explain was earlier. I said this. I know this thing knows me and knows my truck. I don't know whether it did it like to piss me off. I don't know whether it did it like to see how far I go. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I mean? It's,
Yeah.
I think it was like a mental game, more of a mental game.
Right.
Now, it did, it did like bruise my wife's arm pretty bad, but half of me told me it was going to hurt her. The other half told me, how did I know? Because I grabbed my wife. I shot it 4 times. You know what I mean? And I really didn't want to come on the podcast and say that I shot it 4 times because I live in New Jersey, and you know what I mean. These people are stricklers with guns and shit. You know what I mean?
Well, it's
But
self-defense,
it
dude.
is
It's
what it is.
self-defense. It's
Yeah,
self-defense. What do you
yeah.
want?
So
What are you supposed to do?
I mean, but and but you know what I mean. Oops. I just, I mean, I didn't know. I don't know if it was playing mind games with me or not. I mean, I don't know. It was just messing with me, messing
Hmm.
with my wife. I don't want to get to me through my, because I'm going to tell you, I didn't hear this thing walking. The only thing I
Yes.
heard was my wife screaming and yelling.
And what does she say
Uh,
happened? What is her account?
She said that she was squatting
Yes.
and she was peeing. And the next thing you know, she didn't hear it.
Oh my god, dude.
When it grabbed her, she didn't hear it. It was like it came out of nowhere and grabbed her and started dragging her down that dirt road.
Right. Right. Be
And
aware of that.
you mean I kept asking her, I said, you didn't hear it walking, growling, nothing? She said all she was doing was peeing when it grabbed her.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I can't
Yeah.
understand that. I mean,
I
like I hear deer, I hear fox, I hear coyotes. You know what I mean? I hear all this stuff in the woods.
yeah, I was talking to a
I mean, for
gentleman.
something to come up in my truck.
There's a thing called the Beast of Bray Road in southern Wisconsin. It's a very famous Dogman
Yeah,
encounter. And this gentleman owns a farm up there, and he's been on a couple channels and stuff. And he says that he's followed snow tracks that just disappear. He's followed snow
yeah,
tracks that just begin. So he's
yeah.
he's a
Well,
former like math teacher, and he's like, I think these things are interdimensional, and they just so if you're going out there to do what you say you're going to do, be cautious of that because it could just come out from behind a tree and you don't even know it's there, dude.
yeah, yeah. I just I've seen that before. Actually, right here, like in my hunt spot. I mean the woods I'm at. I have seen tracks. I mean, like doing tracks going down, and like in the snow,
Right?
and all of a sudden, no more tracks. That I've seen personally.
That's
I'm
unexplainable, man.
following
How do you
tracks, all of a
explain
sudden
that?
they disappear. And when they disappear, the first thing I do is I look up at the trees, make sure they didn't climb the trees. You know what I mean? Because where did they go? I mean, there ain't no more tracks. I mean, no more tracks. That happened to me personally
Yeah, I believe
a
you.
few
I
times,
believe you.
not just once. Yeah,
That's the damnedest thing, dude.
I
May God
can't.
be with you,
I
man.
can
That is
never
awful.
understand that. I can never understand that. I mean, you always like you're following these tracks, and also they're gone. It's like they're vanished. No more tracks. You
And
know.
there
But
was no blood trail. There was no nothing like this.
no blood trail, nothing. When I hit it 4 times, I didn't see no blood nowhere. And 44 is the big gun. I mean,
Yeah,
big pistol.
yeah, Dirty Harry. I mean,
Yeah, no blood. That's what I was telling Dara. I said, I don't know what the hell this thing is because it didn't bleed.
that's weird, dude.
It didn't bleed. I didn't see no. I'm 5, 10 feet away from it. I mean, you know what I mean.
Wow.
I didn't see no blood. I didn't see
So
no
you
blood.
came
I
out.
mean, I was right there.
So you came out So you're coming out the driver's side door around the back to the
No,
left.
I was in the passenger seat.
She was driving.
I was in the passenger seat. I was driving, but when we got there, I went on the passenger seat because she didn't want to sit close to the woods. So she got on the driver's side. I got on the passenger side because it was closer to the woods. She didn't want to be
Okay.
close to the woods with the windows down. That's why. That's why I was sitting on that seat because she was
Okay.
like,
So
she
you
didn't
came
want to
out.
sit there up against the woods with the windows down. She didn't want to do that. So
Okay.
she
So
sat on
you
my
came
seat.
out So you came out the right side around the back of the truck, and you seen this thing dragging her from the corner away.
I came out I opened up the passenger door. I ran towards the back of my truck where I thought she was going to be because that's what she was peeing, and she was being like drugged by this thing down this dirt road. And I had my pistol in my hand, and I ran up to it and I shot it 4 times. I was waiting for it to turn around because in my mind I said, "This if he drops my wife and turns around, I'm going to shoot him between the eyes." In my mind, that's what I had. I'm going to pop him between the eyes. And then I have to make a phone call to somebody, to Daryl or
Somebody you
or
trust, yeah.
or somebody because you know what I mean. But it never turned around and dropped my wife. And like I said, it went into the woods like a freight train. I
Damn,
mean,
dude.
that thing was screaming like a freight train.
All
So
right, man. All right, dude.
I
That,
heard people saying they shot it and they killed it. I don't know. I mean, I was
I've
close
heard of
up
it
to
too,
it. And when I
where people have shot it with like a high powered, like like long rifle, like like something bigger than a 308, like a whatever they call it, a 300 mag or whatever they call those things. I don't know. I'm a 30-30 guy myself. I'm old
yeah,
school. You know what I mean? So I know
yeah,
that's
yeah.
not a big. And he's in Michigan and hit one,
I think
and
I-
nothing, nothing.
yeah, I think a 33 would do it. I don't. I don't even think a 357 would do it. 44 didn't do it. I know that. I mean, I'm a proof
Yeah,
example of that. So,
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Maybe they drop it with a 50 cal. I don't know. You know what I mean? But,
Yeah,
you know,
dude.
who knows?
A 50 cal might do it. Yeah.
I was even
But where are you going to get one?
I forget the name of the gun. I forget the name of the guns, but I mean, I was googling it. Do you remember those elephant guns they shoot elephants with?
Yeah. I think they're like 8-gauge shotguns.
I forget the name of it. Yeah, I was looking in one of them because I got a buddy of mine. He owns a gun shop, and I was going to call him up and ask him about one of them. You know what I mean?
All right.
Like,
Yeah. But that's a hell
yeah,
of a tale, dude. All I can say to you, dude, if you're going to go out there, be careful. And if you'd like to come on again and talk about your Bigfoot encounters, I would love to have you back on, maybe on a Friday, like a Friday live show from your house, like on a Friday.
No problem.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. I would really appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's good meeting you.
Anytime you want to talk. You're my friend on Facebook. You got me on Messenger. You want to ask questions, talk, or
it was a little tricky to get a hold of you, but I got I contacted
I don't know what happened last time with email. You know what I mean?
I wrote like 3 different Missies, I think. What's your wife's name again? What you said? You said it.
Oh, Tammy.
Tammy. I wrote like three different Tammy Lee, whatever her name is. I don't want to say her full name.
Yeah.
I wrote these people. And they're like, I don't know who you're talking about. I hope this email works.
I'll get my wife when we go home. I'll get my wife to. You want me to send you a friend request? If you want to talk to her, you can talk to her. You know what I mean? But,
I would like to. If she's willing to come on and talk to me about this, I would love to talk to her about that. And I would like to schedule you too.
Yeah.
I'll write you an email or a message, and we'll do like a Friday. It would be like 6:45 East Coast time. Would that work?
Yeah. Whatever time you want to do it. Whatever. You know what I mean? Just get a hold of me. I mean, I'm free. I mean, I'm going to be getting surgery during next month on my back, but other than that, I'm free. You know what I mean?
Okay, next month is when I'd like to do it, but whatever, we'll figure it out. I'll write you.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Dude, thank you so much for coming on and trusting me with your story. I'm glad you came. You might feel a little better. I believe you, dude. I truly believe you. And if you're going to go out there and do something, be careful, my friend. Be careful.
Yeah. I really don't want to say that because now Daryl's going to jump on me and say, hey, you know, don't do that, don't do this. But you know, I just got a lot of anger in me, bro. I mean, seriously, I got a lot of anger with me. It made it personal when I messed with my wife. You know?
Absolutely.
And
man.
you know.
All right, buddy. Well, take care of yourself, and we'll keep in touch. Okay.
Okay, brother.
All right, hold on 1 second. All right, just wait for a second. All right, guys. That was an incredible story. Go out to Swampdogg's channel. It's Swampdogg Overland. What was it called? Swampdogg
Adventure.
Overland Adventure. Go out and check out his channel. He's going to expand it. We're going to give him a little help over here from the eye. Go over and check out his channel. Go and like and subscribe to it. And we'll see you guys around. Remember, we are the eye. We are aware. I love you all. You have been watching the Eye of Jupiter podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of your favorite interviews. And remember, we are the Eye. We are aware.